We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the two defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And an alley to up. Todd Gurley. Wave goodbye. 20. 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week. And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The best time to call a draw when you think it's going to have the most success is usually after you've thrown the ball a bunch of times and had success that way, where they think that, oh, here comes another pass play. All they want to do is get to the quarterback, and then you fool him and hand it to a runner, and he slides by, usually for big yardage. He'll look to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here. Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big. Throwing, Winston to the left side here for Eifert. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is fielded at the 27. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard. Leopard.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bell. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Maxwell. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now they'll run it on the toss. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Jameis to throw it. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain at 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Bell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back. But now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Now Bell. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Rosas good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they'll run it here. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On third down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his tight end, Njoku. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
"35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But The main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Winston. They'll roll him out right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So we've hit halftime all even, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the 2nd half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the 2nd half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And some space here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. Room here to run. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Todd Gurley taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now a handoff looking right. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. Working out of the gun, Winston. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And on the ground they go with a running back. Oh, he's got some breathing room. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a 1st down.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. They'll drop the throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Bell. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
4th down, Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Myles Garrett getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they try the right side here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5.
Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert. Hey, stop. Screen, triple team. White. New game, hey.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it second and 10. After the penalty, it's Bell. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Winston. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Winston to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And the Steelers on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line. in a series of really good ones tonight, but I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Gun! Detroit!
Back to throw here. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively, as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 16. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And now out come the Steelers. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take the knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. And some room to run now. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Emmanuel Agba in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Steelers on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 14.
Ready.
From the gun, Winston. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
What can Winston do in the OT now? He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Winston now. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Landry now on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And the Browns getting set to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. 49 yards on the ground. Two minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Here's Powell. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And they'll run it here. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game. They want to keep it going.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll make it 3rd down. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here, time ticking away.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
They'll give it to him right up the gut, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. This to win it in overtime. And he got it! The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And it's pandemonium in the dog pound as the Browns are going to win the football game. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance out field goals from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Browns, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a match